Oh, the joke that I sent you over text, I tweeted.
Oh.
Thank you. I said,
Yeah. Yeah, they got a couple hours left. It's gonna shoot.
Hillbillies.
Yeah.
They were upset. So they outscored 27-19 in the second half.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'll see you around.
Both teams
Going.
won 7 plays.
Yeah, heard that. Already off to a better start than we were.
Hey, Logan.
How are you?
Congratulations again on your Hokies.
Thank you.
That was a very happy moment.
Oh gosh, don't ruffle her
Don't,
feathers. She doesn't need it.
Do not get her
Do
started.
not ruffle her feathers. She don't need it.
Don't worry, we were talking about it before you got here.
What's up?
My tears were real.
I only texted her only once to ask if she still had a pulse.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yes, my pulse.
Because I sent that to you, I sent that to Nolan Knight, I Melissa Reagan, I sent her number. I'm like, why is
I
this?
said if we lose in the first round, I don't even care.
It is absolutely crazy. The team who has the lead going in the half just comes out of
Throughout the
halftime.
tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're leading in the first half, unless it's by like 15-5.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. Unless you're Sissonville. Come on, senior. Yeah, it's just every team that has a lead at halftime. Except Logan was winning 8-7 at halftime on Saturday.
We were talking about the team. Not the defense.
Oh, yeah. 8-7.
Right.
Yeah, you saw my reaction to that.
I apologize about earlier.
I want to see the 3-point attempts at half.
Yeah, I got no.
They shot 0-11 for 3.
Cranky my head, trying to get on. Had to get to work.
I was telling
Supposed to be
you,
working 9
they were
o'clock on
shooting
my
the
whole
hell
job. So I was running behind.
Actually, type on this sentence greater than the 6.
That's all. They said someone else wanted to send my call. I don't know who requested calls, but someone did.
I missed the tackle because I was shooting the score really well. Where they did the end.
I mean, I know that.
Yeah, you saw my reaction.
And I guarantee you, like a lot of people. Every game, too.
gentlemen of the media here with us from Man High School, head coach Tommy Blevins, players Caleb Blevins, Aiden Martin, Jeremiah Harris. Coach, appreciate your time. Just the thoughts and the questions.
First off, congratulate Brother Beckley. Second off, if you guys think that is a 7 seed, you need your head examined. That is no typical 7 seed that we come into tournament play with. We knew when we got the draw, it was going to be a tough one. But am I happy with the loss? No. Am I happy with the draw? No. I'm not going to back down from anything I'm saying up here. I'm not happy. You do go back to your typical previous years. That's a hell of a 7 seed. I'll put it to you that way.
Coach, obviously they had to make a run to get back in it at the half. What, in your estimate, the third quarter there, what happened?
We played good all year, third quarters, and for some reason we didn't play good this year, or this game here. And we always have the saying in the locker room, the first 3 minutes of the third quarter is going to dictate a lot of things, and we come out flat. Give credit to them; they come out stroking. Everything they threw up there at the beginning of the third quarter. They kind of cooled off there at the end. And we got back on top of them going into the fourth. But when Jeremiah fouled out with about 3 minutes left to go, it changed things. Changed a lot of things. He picked up 2 fouls in about 30 seconds, I think. But that's the nature of the beast. Play hard. You tend to foul a little bit too much, but throughout the season, he controlled himself quite a bit. He get in foul trouble.
Coach, I know the motto's been all gas, no brakes. So 5-12 got hot from downtown there, but 0-13 in the second half. Was there ever any sort of conversation about maybe slowing it down a little bit? Or?
Well, if you remember, late in the third, we started feeding Jeremiah a lot. We didn't get those shots wasn't falling, and we started pumping him the ball, and it seemed to be working pretty good in the fourth quarter too. But like I said, once he was gone, it changed the whole aspect of the game. We had no inside presence.
And Caleb, for you, you had some shots there that could have kind of changed the game, and they just weren't falling for you. How frustrating is that?
Yeah, it really sucks. It's my last year. I'm just coming into those final minutes. Couldn't pull through it. Don't feel good, but that was a potential state championship game we just played in the first round. It's unfortunate who we got matched up with, but can't do nothing about it. And Coach, last year you guys were state champions and you lost 2 big players in Austin Ball and Peyton. How proud are you of these guys to, they were able to step up like this, and you did make it back to the state tournament?
To Aiden and Trey, they're one of the main reasons why we're here. Their play throughout the year was just phenomenal. If 2 of our top guys, shooters, were down, Aiden and Trey would pick it up, and at any given night, Trey and Aiden's averaging 20 points a game a few nights out of the week. They were a huge part of this season this year. Hats off to them. I got nothing but high praise for them.
A question for both you and Jeremiah. First, Coach talked about the season Jeremiah's had, and then Jeremiah talked about your season. You really came on after the new year, really establishing post presence and rebounding edge inside.
Yeah, Jeremiah, once he set that rebound record for the school back, I think we played Parkersburg Catholic, it was like a light switch for him. It was just, he just went off. What was it, 15, 16 straight double-doubles. And then when the streak snapped, he missed about 2 points, and the next game he come out and put up 26 and 22. He's been an absolute man this season for us.
Coming into this year, I know I had a different role. We lost those 2 players last year.
I knew to get back here, I'd have to step up and play a different ball game. Coming from sixth man last year, I mean, it's a big role to play coming in. I was the big man this year, you know what I mean? I was playing point guard last year, and it's a big difference. I had a lot of work to do to change and develop my game more into an inside guy. I mean, it was hard, but it's just what you got to do to help out your team.
Aiden, talk about your season. You know, you got Charleston here first time, and you've been at Logan, and you've had some regional setbacks and teams that should have got there that, you know, finally get here. What that means to you?
This season's been the best season I've had in high school because of these guys. Me and Trey, we never really got to play like this. We never showed. Then we come here and make the state tournament, and it's just an awesome feeling. I hate to lose like this, especially when I know I could have made more shots, but it just weren't falling.
Coach, how hard was it to match up, or players, how hard was it to match up with their guard speed?
You know, we held small with them at 4 points the first half, and I just looked again, 18. I mean, it's hard to guard guys like that. I mean, they're just so explosive. They can get where they want, and then they can either finish, dump, or push out. You know, kick it out to the wing. I mean, that's a very good duo for sure, and they'll probably make some noise here Thursday too.
Was that factoring into the decision to come out in the zone? Or?
We played typical Bayheim zone all season. Man to man, I'm not the greatest believer in it because, you know, one guy beats you, he's to the basket. Unless we've got guys collapsing, I don't like to do a lot of collapsing. I like that matchup, kind of extension zone is what we've. I mean, I think we won 18 straight, and you know that was a big key to it. But yeah, that's my go-to.
How about the season in general, Coach? You got on a run there at the New Year. You hadn't lost since December 30th.
Yeah, that was a fun ride. You know, we got some good wins over. I think 2 against Wyoming East. Get a couple more with Tug. You know, just riding that wave of success for these guys. You know, I just sit back and I can watch those guys do the work and stuff. They're the ones that deserve everything that they get, and you know, it's just been a fun part of sitting back and watching these guys.
Any further questions? Coach, guys, thank y'all very much. Appreciate it.
That's right.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen of the media, we have with us victorious head coach from Greater Beckley Christian, Justin Armand. Players, Kendrick Wilson, Caden Smallwood, John Rose. Coach, congrats on the win. Just some thoughts and we'll get some questions.
My only thoughts initially here are how proud I am of this team. These 3 guys, 2 other starters, and then 2 guys on the bench, and then guys sitting on the bench that gave their effort, knew they weren't going to play, but man, were they active on the bench cheering on our team. I couldn't be more proud of this group. Man's an outstanding team. They're extremely well coached, defending champions, and we knew it was going to be a battle, and it absolutely was. We could have laid down at halftime, and these guys did not do that. Couldn't be more excited for them, more proud of them.
Hey, Justin, can you talk about that coming out in the third quarter, the way you guys started? Was something that happened at halftime, an adjustment maybe, or what was going on there in the third? But you really got back in the game at that point.
Well, we were able to refocus at halftime, and we did a little bit of different things on the offensive end, started getting back to our initial offense, setting good screens, moving the ball around the perimeter, and it opened up some attack lanes for our guards. When these guys are able to get downhill and make plays, we're extremely tough to defend. And that's exactly what they did in the second half. But all that aside, I think you saw a huge difference in effort and intensity out of our group in the second half that wasn't there in the first half. And that was also addressed at halftime. I think we ended up winning the rebounding margin. That's an effort stat that wins basketball games, and that's what we had to have, and they did it. They did it.
Coach, can you talk about the seeding? When they came out, was you kind of shocked to be number 7 seed?
No, I talked to a lot of these guys. I knew how we were going to be seeded. Of course, no one knew what was going to happen with our group except us when we had some issues come up eligibility-wise. But we knew what we had, and some other coaches did too, and they're still playing this week as well. And these guys earned it. It's been a hard road, but it makes it that much more satisfying for them, I'm sure. It's all about them, and man, they showed up.
Has it been used kind of as a motivational factor moving forward?
I think so. Yes.
Caden and Kendrick, you guys have gone through adversity, obviously, all year, especially later in the season. Did that kind of help you for the fourth quarter when you guys had some calls maybe that weren't going your way, they got back in the game after you taking the lead? Did all the stuff you've gone through this year help you in a moment like that?
Yes, definitely. I feel like it prepared us for this moment. That's what, we always preach to, like we've done at halftime 12 points, we always preach to keep going, we just turn it up even more coming out of halftime when we're down, and we've been in that position a lot, so that definitely prepared us for this moment.
Kendrick, you agree with that?
Yeah, I feel like we're playing, it's more than basketball for us, like we're playing for our brothers. There's four kids on our team that got the experience taken away from them, so we're trying to win for them. And we also, like these 3 guys right here, like we're great leaders, and we pick each other up, we don't get negative, and it's easy to play with guys like these 2.
Caden, down the stretch, you had a free throw pop in and out, I think at one point, see your disappointment on it, but then you helped seal the win at the line. How'd you overcome the one miss, and can you just kind of describe what your mentality was when you were stepping up, knowing that you had a chance to kind of ice the game away?
Yes, sir. Just really a lot of practice. I know I'm confident as a line. No matter if I miss one, I feel like I'm gonna make all the rest of the next one. So it's just a confidence thing, and I feel like that I was gonna hit every single one after that. So
Kendrick, they have a bit of a side advantage a little bit. You kind of have to dig into the bag. So talk about the challenges and being able to finish at the rim, because it's difficult whenever you're going in and the guys are 6'4", 6'5" there.
Well, now since Sherlock and all those guys can't play in practice, Sherlock's 6'7", so it's even harder to score on Sherlock. So, and I think that like our group of guys were really tough, we're really gritty, In the first half, we weren't playing with a purpose. Second half, I think we played with a purpose, played with a chip on our shoulders.
Did you feel, Kendrick, like your speed and Caden as well, you could get to the rim on them? It seemed like the first half you might have settled for some threes. It seemed like you were wanting to go at the rim more in the second half.
Well, we got Coach Justin Arbon, so he's one of the greatest coaches in West Virginia. He told us penetrate, so we listened. And I feel like there's not really a team with our 3 guards. I think we have the best 3 guards in the state as far as penetrating, getting in the paint, finding the game.
Caden, for you in the first half, you only had 4 points, but you finished with 18. What was the difference for you between the first and second half?
Just taking whatever was open for me. The first half, it wasn't really open for me, so getting my teammates involved. In the second half, it opened up, and it was my time to go, so that's what really went on.
Justin,
go ahead.
You did lose those guys, but talk about John's been a starter for you all year, and then Michael Jr. really stepped up, a big steal there late in the game. You talk about their contributions and what they meant coming down the stretch and what that's meant to you getting down here and now going on to the semifinal.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking here, it's the first time I've seen John's stats here, but I knew that he was rebounding the ball extremely well today. He had 11 points, hit 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and the shot wasn't falling from the field, but he was able to impact the game in other ways, and that's what great players do. He's just a junior, you know, he's going to bulk up, he's going to improve his shot and all this in the future, but this game, he wasn't shooting the ball well, and in the past, I think some of our kids, if they're not shooting the ball well, that's the end of the world. But John found other ways to make us win today. Rebounding the basketball, getting steals, absolutely locking down on the defensive end. The guy he was guarding only had 5 total points in the game, and he's a sniper from the three-point line. And that's outstanding defense, John. I want to commend you for that. I hadn't seen this yet, buddy. Good job.
Is the same true kind of for Michael coming in? I mean, I think he was your 6th man at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And he's really, you know, come on and solidify that starting 5.
Oh, no doubt. Michael, Judy, of course, we all had a rough first half, but man, we kind of coached him up there at halftime, and he came out a different player in the second half. Absolutely all over it on the defensive end. Some calls weren't going his way or our way in general, but our guys really didn't let that affect them. They buckled down, especially Michael, Judy. We talk about Sean Cajo as well. I mean, what a game. He almost had a double-double. It looks like this says 7 rebounds. It felt like more than that. One of our keys for him was rebounding the ball with Harless today. Harless, one of the leading rebounders in the state, and Sean was right there with him today, and so proud of that effort. And we had good minutes from Aaron Hall off the bench, and my son Braylon played really well at the bench as well. Picked up, looks like 2 quick fouls, which is kind of his thing, but I'm proud of him too.
Coach Blevins obviously is kind of a go-to guy for them. 5 for 8 in the first half, 2 for 11 in the second. What did you improve on to kind of slow him up there in the last 2 quarters?
Well, our pressure really picked up there in the second half, and when we get teams running up and down like that, the same type of shots aren't taken. That's just a rule in basketball. You speed teams up, they don't take the best shots in the world, and they get tired. And Caleb's a heck of a player, and this game easily could have gone that other way. He hits a couple more shots that he's capable of hitting, and he shouldn't hang his head at all. What a great player, outstanding. They left it all on the floor today. I mean, those kids from man, I'm proud to have our guys play against a group like that. And I hope we can continue to in the future here and get them on the schedule, because man, what battlers they are. But these guys are too, and we just have to come out on top today.
Coach, you went on that run in the second half there, but really the turning point of the game was when Harless fouled out with 3:59.
No doubt, picking up his 5th foul there was huge for us. We had been able to get them spread out on the defensive end to open up some lanes to attack at Harless, and we didn't stop doing that. But once he got out of the game, guards are able to get to the rim a little easier, of course. What a great player in the middle for them he is. And when he's not in there, it's a huge, huge factor in the game, and it really did turn the tide there.
Coach, you take on Tucker County on Thursday. Your thoughts on what you've seen today, if you did get a chance to see them today?
We watched their game today, and we've got some film on them as well. And it's going to be a battle. They're blue collar type kids. They're big. They got good size, and they've got some shooters. Their motion offense is tough to guard. They're constantly moving. Not one kid has a basketball for a long time. It's tough to guard. And if our kids don't come ready to play, talking on the defensive end, doing the little things, bumping cutters, talking to each other, then it could be a long night on the defensive end for us. They're certainly a very capable team, and we know we got a battle coming up, and we're going to prepare for it tonight and tomorrow.
Any special adjustment you'll need to make? Because I know Sean played a significant part of the second half with 4 fouls. He was able to keep that discipline and not get 5, but are you going to have to adjust anything like that? Or
I don't think we have the ability to do that. We only have so many guys right now, and I think that's commendable too. I think Caden played with 4 for a while there as well. Michael Judy played with 4 for a while. John picked up a few fouls. Look, we're used to playing with foul trouble, and we trust our kids on the floor. That's why you saw them in there with 3 fouls in the first half at times. And we're going to have to play that way. I mean, we go in knowing that. So they're capable.
They come out and they run that 2-3 defense. Talk about the difficulties and challenges that presents and how you're kind of able to break it down and get shots at the rim.
And I'll let them address this as well from a player perspective, but from a coach perspective, it's always challenging to see his team come out in a held-back zone a little bit when you like to get up and down the floor and attack the rim. From a coaching perspective, you just hope your kids want to attack gaps and make extra passes and make the ball move. That's how you beat zones and flash into the middle and penetrate. And
You know, I remember as a player, my eyes absolutely lighting up when I saw a 2-3 zone on the other end. That was my favorite thing in the world because I knew, hey, we're going to score now. We don't have to go against much. We're going to score. That's not the case with man. They're all over it in the 2-3 zone. But I'll let them address it from a player perspective. What do you guys like when you see a 2-3?
Personally, I do not like 2-3 because I like to bring out the defense and get downhill. But I think with our team, it's good.
But don't give them too much information.
We're just playing 2-3. But with our team, we have really good cutters. John Rose, he's actually one of the best cutters I've ever played. Like his IQ as far as cutting and moving without the basketball, it's crazy. So I think that when we attack gaps in 2-3, we're fine.
Aside from the adjustments you guys made on the court in the second half, from where I was standing, at least filming the game, I felt more energy coming from the sideline, more energy from the stands. Did you guys feel that at all? Did it impact your game at all?
Yes, definitely. Our players, even the ones that can't play on the bench, cheering us on and packing us, that gives us a boost to our game. Lets us know they have our backs as long as we're playing for them. So it just gives us more energy and makes us go.
Peyton, is this a new dude? I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. New dude for the state tournament?
Yes, sir. I did a little something different. I had to change it up.
I guess you'll stick with that now the rest of the tournament.
Yes, sir. It's doing me good right now.
Is that coordinated so that way the defense can't key on you guys? Because it's hard enough from our perspective where you guys look alike out there, and now you have a similar hairstyle again. So
It's like kind of weird because like I met Caden this year and like we're real similar and like it's weird. Like I came to school with my braids and he came to school with his braids. I was like, what up? and it don't help that he wears 5, I wear 3. We both wear little arm sleeve things.
But to be clear, John also had a new haircut. So.
You know what I'm saying? A little fresh fade, all the freshies.
It's good right now.
John, how would you say settling into the game, especially after that tough first half, and you were a big part of their comeback in the second half?
Into the mic.
What was the question?
How was it for you settling into the second half after you're down 12 at halftime and then you're able to come back and get some momentum going in the third quarter?
Well, I mean, it felt good because I came out, I was nervous, and everyone had like 2 straight shots. And, I don't know, got a little more comfortable in the second half and picked it up.
It's pretty simple. Good job.
Any further questions? Coach, guys, thank you all very much. Congratulations.
Thank you guys. Thank you.